Hello, we're back, and we're probably back for, well, last painting session for going to be a while. I'm Francis McCarthy here. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. That would be great. Use your, see that thumb? That's like, yeah. Anyway, look familiar? Yes. Oh, I need to pull up some reference here. Yeah, I've been trying to install music programs for my trip. Okay. Corot, where are you? There we are. Is that the big one? Doesn't really matter. This is the smaller version. Doesn't matter. Oh, fine. Because I'll tell you what, I don't really want to get too tweaky anyway. I really like what I have, and so what we're going to do is minimal. I got my full palette here, and I shall be scraping all these. Most of these are going to be dry because I haven't painted for a few days. Raw umber, dry, burnt umber, dry. Going to be using this green umber. Not going to be using any of that. The ochre is actually not, I mean, it dries pretty quick once you paint it, but on the palette it's good. Usually the lead white in the palette stays pretty good too. It's getting a little thick, but still good. Okay. I'm not going to turn the light on. Since we did the whole first bit with no light, just makes sense. I get a little bit of a glare, but hey. So what do we want to put on this palette? Well, green umber, very interesting color. Actually, it's like got 4 component parts. Usually I don't buy hybrid colors, you know. They're usually like one pigment, but I won't need a lot for what I'm doing here. In fact, I'm going to put you in my raw umber spot. So it's basically like a raw umber with a little bit of phthalo, but it has to be such a minute amount of phthalo. I'd be very interested to know more about what their thinking was behind it. So really, I can't overwork this right now. It's so important I don't, because it's really fresh. I'm looking at his painting, super fresh. We're gonna need some burnt umber. Yeah, so we're up to a slow start. Well, these videos aren't for the casual. I've got a couple that I'm going to try and get in the can, and I will be, I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming from the Barbizon region in France. I might get a better cap. This one's okay, it's a little small. Yeah. You know, something like this is good, you know. That way you're painting, you know. What I just put down, this is a little bit of transparent earth yellow, and I want to do some glazing. And because this has a bit of greenish cast, I'm going to use it just straight up. A lot of times I'll add that permanent orange to counterbalance that. So let's zoom in a little for you. I'll just hold the palette up. Can you see that? Oh, you can. There's a little glare. Well, why not just put a hint of that? I guess that was my intuition. Saying you want to flame in with that. Usually your bigger knife works a little better for this. And I'm just going to put a drop on here. You need to get over mixy. Good tip is to, now this painting is like dead on right now, so I could skip the glazing, but glazing will give it that little extra bit of unifying, and I don't want it real heavy. So when I don't want the glaze real heavy, I'll go ahead and get a little oil there. Go into my glaze. Let's get zoomed in. I want you to see. So you see, it's definitely having an effect. And to be honest, I'm going to get me a little bit of Hansa yellow out. Not the CAD, the Hansa, because the Hansa is more transparent than the CAD. Just want a flavor in that sky there. This is perfectly fine for the rest. Actually, it's having a, if anything, kind of a warming. You see, it's tying things together. That's the beauty of glazing. Automatically, the whole thing's gone way more tonal. And I'm going to wipe some of that off. See? Can you see? Okay, sorry for the glare. The tiniest amount here. Here I'm just going to go find a good spot on my rag. Into the oil. Right into that tiny bit of CAD. See, it has an effect. It does. And now I want so much oil in a tiny amount of CAD. Not CAD, excuse me. Hansa yellow. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, like I said, I'm super happy with this. So the things I'm going to do are minimal. Now the other thing, while I'm kind of in glazing mode, there's the sister of glazing, which is scumbling. He doesn't have a lot of scumbling. I kind of want to scumble back here a little. So there I'm going to take the tiniest amount of lead white, and I kind of want things fairly pure. So a little smidge of yellow ochre and a tiny amount of the gray, which is really just adding some black to the whole proceedings. Wow, what am I doing? Oh, I can use some of that later, so. That's a good scumbling color. So, now with the scumbling, it might look like well, it's all painting. I know. But, I'm gonna get some of this oil. Need more oil. That's what we were using. You can use linseed oil. Some people like a longer open time. I like things dry. I like to do a lot of effects that are dry over wet, like we're going to be doing today. So nothing. If I had to, I could erase everything I'm going to do today by getting a bunch of mineral spirits on the rag. So a lot of oil, a little paint, but it's opaque. See, it's magic. Even here, I want to transition. It's magic. Yeah, so I want to get this painting done before going on my trip, because it's been bought, and thank you very much for that to the person that got it. And they said, oh, fine, go ahead and ship it after the trip, which I really appreciate, because yeah, man, balancing act majorly. But I wanted to paint it before I go on the trip, because when I come back I'm going to be in a completely different mindset, in a lot of ways really inspired, I'm sure. So some of this subtle white might be cool too, just to kind of sell some things here. Working very transparently. Dot, and I mean a dot. Working very thin here, but that's okay. And then, so this is some dry brushing techniques, which are just going to play up the brush strokes underneath. Again, you got to be super careful with this. When I first started using this technique, I overworked but at least 30 paintings, I reckon. Just let it be fresh. Let it be fresh. Aren't we a pair? Okay, alright. Yeah, I'm silly. I put that on my resume too. So you can do some little flavors. We're just picking up the tops of the strokes underneath some of this. Now, Corot didn't do a lot of this, so don't get nuts. Since we're doing this study after the master. So, yeah, a little bit in this branch here when they go into that green umber with some of this white. I want to make my gray like that. I want to keep that Corot silver. Yes, I know it's a tiny. It's going to be too strong, way too strong. That's okay. All right. I'm going back into that raw umber and then knock that way back. Yep, I like that. Like that. Into the white. Into this mix. So, I mean, I could use very, very little paint. He is like, his figure is super rough. And me too. Okay, yeah, so someone was talking about sky holes the other day on the one of the comment section. You know, you want to study sky holes, look at Corot. Look how few, okay? This is why even one sky hole per tree is good. I would think more is better because you're looking at a photo. Corot wasn't, he was looking at real life. I don't want too much light up there. I like that. He's got little tiny flecks everywhere too, which we'll get into in a minute. Alright, that's it for, oh actually, so his sky is a little lighter, a little prettier. That's some of my Mike's gray into here, almost just pure, that's just a black and a white. And what I aim on doing is a little bit of dry brushing here. Keep a little of that color, so just to have things varied a little. His is quite varied, and so mine is not too. This guy has a real patchy quality. Now, see, I don't have any actual raw umber in my palette, but that's okay. I'm going to go in with some of this raw umber, green raw umber. And then a touch of the yellow ochre. Look how thin I am. I tend to do work real thin. This is one reason why. Just a dry brushing. And now, again, his painting doesn't have a dry brush effect, but I am working a lot smaller, and I am also me, and I also know that this is going to look great. So, because this is a brilliant technique I'm showing you, because if you can control it, be careful, you're going to find you ruin a lot of paintings while you're learning to control it. I'm just going to warn you. White, some of that green umber. The green umber doesn't bother me in the sky now because I've set up things, so all it's really doing is give me kind of a cool gray. It's all good. I really like the way this sky is super fresh, super fast, and we're just sticking with that. Okay, that's enough of that. So when I do a study, I don't worry about, did I get every tree in the right spot? Did I do this? Did I do that? Nobody cares. And I mean, I don't care. I care about getting the feel of it. So white. There's a little bit of gray down there. Let's kind of get real whiter and whiter here. Granted, the glaze knocked everything back, but when you glaze, usually you paint back up. Keep things loose, keep them free. Yeah, so a lot of advice I give you, usually, it's just my own internal advice as well. So what I've got is like it's cooler white over the warmer, which is something he did, and it's giving you a nice bit of zingy zappy. I was tempted to stumble in there, but I'm not gonna. Alright, so right now, like, so, you know, you know, I was lecturing you about painting all the time. See, now it's just not so great. In fact, I'm going to go back into my gray. A little of that. A little white. Mostly because it's just became kind of a mess here. So there's actually a lot of, in his painting, a lot of like that blue, which is great. Kind of blah over here too. Oh, that's good. And then he had, what I keep trying to do is like white, yellow. He's got the subtlest thing, but I think I have my tree coming out a little further than his, which is all fine. When you do these studies, don't worry about that stuff. That's not the point. The point is not to be a robot that does good copies. China's got a whole country full of people that will do that for you. Just put any images of these master paintings into Google, and you'll see. You can go right to these companies, whole towns. And these guys have mad painting skills, so I'm not dissing them. They know how to paint. They'll make an accurate copy. Your job is just to... Okay, so I really like where I'm at value-wise on this, but... And why did I say that like that? Because I'm reminding myself, I want to go in with the darks now. But because I'm reminding myself I like where the values are. I don't want to make everything super dark. I need a brush. You are nominated. Also, cleaning the palette here because I don't want this, what I'm going to do now, contaminated with the, just use a little out of my bottle. I have some nice Gamsol, which is an amazing product. I highly recommend you just spend the extra money. Don't use cheap mineral spirits. Your health is too important. Once you lose it, you know Frank Frazetta? You should. If you don't, stop watching me and go look at some Frank Frazetta pictures and videos and things. So he's a genius. His painting really dropped off badly in the 80s. And later on they discovered that he exposed himself some super cheap terps. He wasn't right for a long time, so just it's worth spending an extra buck or two to get something you know is going to be good for your health. Lecture over. So what is this? It's just thin black. This is almost dry, but I got enough to do. So in a sense, I'm sort of just reinforcing what I have here. Just that notch darker. But you can see it's quite transparent. And that's going to help me get some of that ghostly, almost like a combination of a glaze and a dry brush. Mostly I'm doing this because I was looking at this branch here, or trunk, and thinking, I really... And he doesn't do that shadow thing that I did there, and I think that's wise. I really just want that darker. So this is so thin. And you notice when I go here, I just want a light effect. I don't want to lose all that goodness. I have a really nice open brush fracture. It's really pretty. I'm hoping when I'm on vacation I got some time I can update my blog with all the, probably just put a tab for like live stuff on my page so people can go right there. Alright, so and now the other bad benefit of this is I want to do some branches. Hey, how you doing? Okay, branches. I guess the branches are very light, very hairy. Also, definitely can do some of this, which is why I did the sky first. He's got these little dotty things he does. All of those moves might be better with a little touch of opacity. Probably over that one. So yeah, resist the urge in these master states to get into like, oh, I must copy every little thing this guy did. Yeah, I'm not spending a lot of time with this figure either. His is super loose. You know, they give all the credit to the impressionists and people like Cezanne, but you look at something as loose as this is. It doesn't have the repainted. Here, a little dry brush. And integrated with the paper towel. So you might say, Mike, why do you say oil paint is the king of all media? Well, we can use it thin, we can use it thick. Anything we do is relatively permanent. I mean, yes, it could catch fire, or it could end up underwater, or anything material. I don't want to get too tweaky with this tree. Now, to get into this, some of the same stuff I was having underneath some. This is the way we're going to go. It's this green umber, quite a lot of it. And then into whatever's left of this black here. So that's brought in a note of opacity, just enough. We've been working completely transparent. This stuff will make much more of a statement. Feathery. Feathery twirl. I'm gonna add some oil because if you want to pull off this real thin stuff like he has, I don't need to match a branch for branch. I'm not about that. Nobody cares. Okay? You give yourself a medal, but the problem with doing all that is that when you get all tweaky like that, you just choke all the life out of your painting. And then, so your study could accomplish two purposes. One, that you learn a heck of a lot about how a master put their stuff together. So it makes you better. That's the best reason. Number two, you end up with a painting that looks good. You attribute the other painter on the back, and then you sell it, and somebody lives with it in their home and they enjoy it. It's like a huge win-win. So it's still your painting though. It's just a study after a master. And I feel it's important to make a painting you like. You like that? I just wiped my brush off. It's almost very little paint. I just kind of, he's got some sort of like expressive like stuff back there. And this bit goes darker, so it's almost like a glaze using a brush. A little warmer now, like, because a lot of that is, there's like some umber in it, but that's fine. Looks good. Looks like it's painting. Alright, we're getting to the point where I'm going to stop. One thing, I'm going to get a little tiny brush here. Get some oil. It's got flecks. First thing I do is got like a little yellow fleck in that guy's hat. Went into the ochre. Went into this. Don't need a heck of a lot of paint there. And I don't want the brush all spread out. Yep. And then these dots, they almost don't matter what color. This painting is covered with little dots that he painted in. I was thinking to paint more green in there and stuff, but I ain't got it. Because I really just like it. I want it open and free. So the lesson for you is like, yeah, take it. Take what you've got. You're gonna lose, is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna overplay your hand. Some of these are too strong, but easy to integrate, knock back. Yeah, so you could get real tight and worried about that. I didn't get too tight. I didn't worry too much about nothing on this painting. I want it to breathe. Yeah. So here's a test for you. Am I putting the dots in the same exact spots as Corot, given what I just told you? Hell no. That would be a lot of work. Yeah, maybe you get a little carried away. You can back off of any of them. I like it. It tells a story. Alright. Yeah, you know what? Before I go, I'm going to use this brush. And since I've decided I'm done with the black, I'm just going to go into some oil into the black. And then I want some of this, actually, not black, this color with this. I want to see how, I want a lively green, and then I want to grade up some of this. So it's a lively green, grade up. I need some light lighter. Not with the ochre though. Well, that's too much. We'll cool it down with black. see what this looks like. Just here. Touch of white. Yeah, that was right. Just a touch or two back here. And then this darker bit down here. And go back. Yeah, a little bit more of this black. This is all dry, but I don't want to waste the paint. I'm going on holiday, so I'm going to unify this a little. I like the patchy. I will keep the patchy, but you can't have everything patchy, man. Oil, black. Well, forgot there was green in there. I wasn't expecting that. No, don't make me squeeze out any more black. I don't want it. Yeah. Windsor Newton. Griffin. Just a dot. That's all we need. What I had in my palette was too dry. I keep hitting it with the oil. Trying to, yeah, it just needs some good honest. This is one of the darkest places. The one thing I really love about Corot is its strong contrast. Was necessary there. I want to keep that good thing. I want to keep that good thing I have. His shadows are real super patchy. I'm gonna leave mine patchy too. And I'm not hitting them note for note on any of that. It's above my pay grade. Tells a story. That's what I love about paintings. Everything you do to it, but that's the thing too. It's like, yeah, everything you do it tells a story. I don't like his sky hole in my paintings, so I ain't gonna do it. I don't have to. It's my painting. Corot here, so I kind of left this tree so there's room for the frame rabbit. Here I choke things up a little bit. Whatever. It's all fine. Oh. So we're done. Yeah, you say, oh, I could go further. Yeah, I know I could go further. I could work on this for another hour. It won't get any better, trust me. Because it's supposed to be fresh. So, this is pretty much the last painting I'm doing for the next 5 weeks. But I'm going to this Barbizon region where this was probably, there's probably some reference from there. One other thing. Just, I need a finer brush. Super fine brush. This is my Kolinsky I thought I ruined, so. Now we see. $26 Kolinsky. That's the name of my band. These really are bright. I'm not kidding you. He's got these super bright notes. And I keep knocking them back. And one of the reasons I think I was doing that was just, well, first of all, they bother me. Second of all, I think the squareness of that little brush I have. You could write a paper on this. You could write a paper on little Corot dots. You like doing that. I don't do it with my stuff. But maybe I'll start. That's a good reason for doing these things. Yeah, see, that really is helping. I don't think I missed any. At least most of them show up. You may have had them around. That's what I don't like doing it there. So I ain't gonna do it. So, if they're still too facey, you say, right? Yeah. So much so that I'm not going to use paper towel. I got another strategy. So you're painting this, you can do this on the second pass easily. This means that they're not getting rubbed, they're just getting knocked back. Hey? Tricks of the trade, my friend. Tricks of the trade. And it doesn't really mess with the other stuff. It's not bad. Not a bad thing to do. You can do that when the painting's wet as well. Okay. Now we're done. You're saying, stop, Mike, stop. It looks great. Yeah, no, it looks great. We're done. Tell on a picture. So, yeah, a few other videos. I'm going to cobble something together. You know, if you're jonesing, you've got a whole channel full of stuff. I mean, there's gonna be close to 600 videos. So, and you know, just remember, you can like put on your own tunes, turn off me burbling about whatever, and just rock out and watch painting happen. And heck, if you watch several hundred, who knows, actually, if you have it playing on your phone while you sleep, put it under your pillow. That could really help. Anyway, please like, comment. You don't have to give me extensive comments. It could be like a smiley face. I loved it. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'll be back in 5 weeks with another live video. I'm really looking forward to it, and I plan on sharing some stuff while I'm in the Barbizon on the channel, since that's the home of tonalism. Well, you could argue the Dutch people are. We don't want to argue, though. The home of the more modern form of tonalism would be Corot, the Barbizon. Anyway, I'll be there, and it's pretty exciting. I'll be taking a lot of reference, and hopefully enough reference for 1 million paintings. So 1 million paintings I probably won't get around to doing, but maybe we'll get a few hundred or 1,000 done. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining me today, and take good care and stay out of trouble.